Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back. I figure we're going to try, again, something new. As you all know, I kind of got this new Samson mic. Oh, you probably just heard that. Samson mic, and that's going to allow for better broadcasting quality, better broadcasting capabilities. And right now I got kind of a comfortable setting. I wouldn't call it intimate, but it is 2014, so I guess we're allowed to call it that. But I'm here with my good friend Anthony, and we're probably just going to test this out a little bit, see what it's like with two people on a microphone, and see how this goes. Anthony, how you doing tonight?
Good evening, podcast world. It's a pleasure for me to be back here in Long Island, or as some of you may call it, Strong Island. Being here, hanging out with my boy here, it's a great, great feeling. So let's kick it off and talk about something today.
We'll figure something out. We're kind of winging it right now. Right now we have the UFC fight on. I don't know who these two people are, but it's on Fox Sports 1, which I'm broadcasting live from my cell phone because right now I just don't have my cable hooked up. But figure we'll talk about. I actually brought this up to you a little earlier today. We've been kind of hanging out all day, and it was something that was mentioned previously by Paul Heyman. Was actually tomorrow's SummerSlam. Paul Heyman was on ESPN talking about Brock Lesnar, and if he was 100% in the UFC, would he be, pretty much would he be dominant, very dominant, or extremely dominant?
That's a really, really good question. I think Paul Heyman's a genius in the wrestling world. I also think that he's also a very intelligent guy. I would say that it's a fantastic question because... it's one of those questions where you'll say to yourself, will just always have to ponder and wonder, because I don't think that Brock at his age would be able to actually go back into doing what he did in the MMA world, because one is age. I think that the UFC now has created an age rule where you cannot enter the octagon past 35. Whether this is 100% true or not, I'm not sure. But let's put it this way. If what did he have? It was like a staph infection, right? It wasn't spinal meningitis,
something
right?
Diverticulitis.
A diverticulitis, that's what it was.
Yeah.
If he didn't have diverticulitis, I promise you that he would have been so dominant. And it's not like he fought a list of jobbers per se. He really fought top guys like Frank Mir, Heath Herring, people like he fought guys
Randy
like
Couture.
Randy Couture. He beat him for the title. He fought a guy like Shane Carwin. I mean, at the time, those were the top fighters. I mean, those guys were no joke. I mean, and I think that because of his diverticulitis, he came back and he just wasn't the same. And I'm not going to lie to you. You call him what you want, but I'm a big Brock Lesnar fan, and I think that had he really, really been 100% and that never happened to him, he would still be champion now. He might have lost the title once, but then he would have regained it back again because he's so dominant. And it's not just the size, but it's like that guy punches you. That's like taking 4 punches from the average guy. I mean, he's amazingly strong, very, very mobile, and his wrestling background served him well,
Mm-hmm. Amateur or pro?
Both. I would say that his amateur really gave him the good foundation, but I think that as much as people who don't watch wrestling, who don't understand professional wrestling, and no, I'm not going to call it sports entertainment because it's professional wrestling, and I think that the discipline that goes into professional wrestling and training for it, and really being able to absorb taking bumps and things like that, I really think a lot of it is also the strength and the coordination that goes into it. I think that really had given him a very solid basis. Okay. So I think that he would be, I wouldn't say extremely dominant, but I think he'd be very dominant. He might be seeing the twilight of his career now, and I'll make a prediction. I would say that he'd probably be 2-time champion at this point, and I think that he would still be one of the most unstoppable guys. Can he beat somebody like Cain Velasquez? I think so. I think he could beat Overeem had he been given a shot and he was healthy. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Kind of the topic came up again. We're watching here. There's one guy dominating the other one right now. Looks like it may be close to a submission here.
These two guys are pretty much like in their 250-pound plus, and they're really, proving that they can last more than 2 rounds. Oh, by the way, here's a question for you. I heard supposedly the UFC is going to incorporate a super heavyweight division that's supposed to be 265 and unlimited. So you could be like 500 pounds and compete. You think that's a good idea, or you think it's stupid?
I mean, boxing did it with the whole tough man thing, Butterbean and everybody. So I'm just saying, though, boxing did it, and the way the success of boxing overall versus now what it's going to be with, UFC coming up, probably taking over the popularity of boxing. I can see that happening. And me personally, I like to see the heavyweights, or the super heavyweights, if you will. Mm-hmm. I prefer to see those fights.
I'm chuckling at Butterbean because I think that he was more of a circus act rather than, and I'm not saying he's not legit, but I'm just saying I think the guy was more of like a circus act in the sense that when you look at him, who's he fought in the boxing world? Bart Gunn? Tell me you did not just say that. Bart Gunn? Are you kidding me?
But I think a super heavyweight division, I think, would work out very well.
I think you could take any senior citizen from any home in America and have them fight Butterbean. They would have put on a better show.
Maybe. Again, we're just kind of testing this out. We're kind of riffing off the cuff here. Wow, this guy's all beat up. And, just hopefully you guys are able to hear us. If you can't hear us, I won't be putting this on the internet. But I'm actually looking through here. I see some news here. Jackie Chan wants to see a script for Rush Hour 4. Jackie Chan, this is the second story I've seen about Jackie Chan. Oh, maybe this... No, hold on. Maybe this was it. They were talking about Jackie Chan reprising a character of his from the past. But now I'm wondering if it was probably Rush Hour.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the first I'm hearing about. I know that he wants to see... From what I've read, he really, really wants to see a solid script. The other thing, too, is that... One thing keep in mind about Jackie... that guy is influence in my life. A very big influence. The thing about Jackie is that, as much as we love him in America, and he's like a very lovable star, lovable meaning that, he's very popular with kids and families, and he's like he's considered Hollywood A-list,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay? I think that one thing that a lot of American fans who don't know unless you actually watch his genre of film is that he realizes that his home base and his money, his bread and butter, is actually still rooted around Asia. And the thing is, I think that if I think in his mind, he probably feels that when he does a film, it has to be of quality, because if not, he would really be looked down upon in Asia. Mm-hmm. It would make Asia look bad. It would specifically China, and I think that he's looking for a proper script, and I think he's also. I don't think at this point it's really about the payday for him anymore, because that guy has enough money to live off for the next 10 generations. Mm-hmm. I think it's more about like his, I guess, saving face, having a reputation, and I think if he was intelligent enough, he would actually, if this movie blows up big and it's a big commercial success, if I was Jackie, being over 60 years old now, I would retire on top.
Okay.
In the American market, retire on top, and pretty much call it a day. And you make as many movies in Asia as you want, but in America, retire on top.
Fair enough. Now, also with some movie news here, I don't know how, are you a fan of the monster movie genre, if you will?
I am, okay, and that's a great question. I am a big fan. I don't like the Godzilla concept of how America's interpreting it. In fact, I don't even
Which one? The Matthew Broderick one, the 98 one?
No, the recent one.
The new one?
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Really?
I saw it. I'm not a fan of it.
Wow.
I guess maybe I'm too either I can't get with times or I'm too old school, but I don't really. I like the Godzilla of old, the way he looked. I'm saying
Guy in a rubber suit.
right, exactly. I kind of like that Godzilla. I don't like the CGI type.
But could you get away with a guy in a rubber suit in 2014?
Yeah,
I don't think you could.
I think so. I mean, I just think that you know what it is. The film industry today, it's all about how much CGI and how great the CGI is going to be, you know, to make a great film. I mean, it's just like, look at the horror genre today. It's not about, you know, it's a far cry from the days of Rod Serling's Twilight Zone, where what they want to do now is show you the bloodiest, goriest, most violent film, you know, splatter it all together, no pun intended, and make a horror film. That's not what it's about. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just a little too old school, but I think that for the Godzilla fans, I think it's a treat. If you're really die-hard Godzilla, I say it's awesome. For you guys.
The sequel, because they're definitely...
they're definitely going to do a sequel.
No, they are.
Definitely.
Rodan's going to be in it. Mothra's going to be in it. King Ghidorah's going to be in it.
Now, if you add that to the equation, I definitely would like to see it, because I'm a very big Mothra fan. Ghidorah, I would love to see Ghidorah on film once again, because I think those are forgotten characters that everyone centralizes, you know, Godzilla. I would love to see another Godzilla versus King Kong one more time.
Now, speaking of which, because Legendary Films during Comic-Con, I don't know if you heard about it, actually announced that they are doing the Godzilla sequel, which they mentioned Ghidorah, Mothra, and Rodan, and they are doing a King Kong prequel called Skull Island, which I see here from JoeBlow.com. Getting no money from that. Looks like Skull Island's going to hit November 4th, 2016. And then Godzilla 2 is supposed to be showing up in 2018. Now, the two of them at Legendary, that could mean a new big-budget King Kong versus Godzilla.
That would be hot. I would love to see it. But then again, are you going to create two alternative endings, one for America and one for Japan? Because, I mean, you know, the Japanese, they look upon Godzilla as like a god in some sorts, because it's such a revered character. A revered character, you know.
But in the original, King Kong pretty much owned Godzilla.
In the original?
In the original King Kong versus
Godzilla. But what I heard is that they made a Japanese ending where Godzilla wins, and then they made an American ending where King Kong wins.
Oh, I don't have to check my Blu-ray, my DVD. I don't know about that. I mean, it's... Oh, that guy won. And Cesaro's interviewing him. No, I never heard about that, about the two alternate endings. I don't know if anyone out there, if you've heard about the two alternate endings, definitely hit me up. You can follow me on Twitter, More365, MOHR365, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all the same thing. And I'd like to hear your opinion about King Kong Skull Island hitting 2016, Godzilla 2018, maybe at that point, 2020, King Kong versus Godzilla.
That would be awesome.
And that doesn't even sound like an actual year in existence, 2020.
Yeah.
I mean, the way these movies are coming out next year is going to be jam-packed with... next year has The Avengers 2. Am I not mistaken? I think Batman vs. Superman, or is that 2016?
I think it's 2016.
Did that go to 2016?
You want to hear something? One of the films that I would love to see them do one more time, is just going to sound crazy, I want to see a Cloverfield 2, damn it.
They were supposed to make a Cloverfield 2.
When the hell is J.J. Abrams going to get his act together?
He's a little busy with Star Wars.
I get that. I mean, but still at the same time. I mean, look, man, you know...
2016. Batman's versus Superman is 2016.
Yeah.
I think they push a lot of that. Well, next year's got Star Wars. Nothing is going to... Whether or not you like Star Wars, nothing is going to be able to battle Star Wars in the movie.
You know what's another awesome movie that they should make is RoboCop versus Terminator.
It was a good video game.
I mean, that was around... I mean, that's been the talk for years now. You know?
Well, but what RoboCop? Because this new one was not...
I think Predator versus Terminator would have been awesome.
That's good. But what's your take on the old RoboCop versus the new RoboCop?
Bullshit. Oops, I'm sorry. We're allowed one. I'm not sure if we were allowed to say that or not.
We're allowed one.
If we get fined by the FCC, all checks payable to MOHR 365. Thank you. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. I like the old RoboCop concept. I don't understand why Hollywood needs to have this, like, this obsession, I should say, for taking original concepts and really just destroying them. I mean, look, the new RoboCop did not impress me. I just didn't understand what was so uniquely different that I needed to pay, or the average person needed to pay $12 or $13 to go see something that was remade. Mm-hmm. I mean, listen, how many more times are we going to remake freaking Superman? How many more times?
Well, but to be fair, it's not really a. Okay, no, I'm sorry. Man of Steel is a redoing, is a reboot.
Okay, but how many more times do we need to reboot the X-Men? I mean, look at how many X-Men films are. What are they going to do? X-Men Nursery School next? Give me a break.
First Class was good though, and what they did to mix the two was pretty good with Days of Future Past. But I hear what you're saying. There's a lot of reboots.
Too much rebooting. Out loud,
Amazing Spider-Man rebooted a movie 9 years earlier. Mm-hmm. So it is. And what about the new Michael Bay's destruction of the Ninja Turtles? I haven't seen the movie, and I refuse to see the movie right now until it comes out on rental, because I don't want it to ruin my childhood. Because those movies, especially the one from 1990, the live action, was phenomenal. I don't care what anybody says.
Exactly. That was awesome.
Granted, we
totally
were
awesome.
I was 10 back then. So, but this new one, there was supposed to be aliens they weren't going to be Teenage Mutant.
Right.
So, for crying out loud, Donatello wears glasses the entire movie. I can look past Johnny Knoxville playing Leonardo, but beyond that,
at least Megan Fox is there.
We'll take it. But it's just the way. And I heard some other things. I'm not going to spoil it. I just heard some weird things in the movie as well. But supposedly it's supposed to go along with the comics. But bottom line, but it made tons of money. They're talking a sequel. Transformers 4 made $1 billion, and everyone hated it.
Ha!
I haven't seen that one either.
I haven't seen that one yet either.
But to be fair, I kind of like the first three because, again, it was just my childhood, so I enjoyed it. I don't know. When I go into movies, I don't... So a lot of people take it to heart. Sometimes I just kind of if I enjoy it, that's all that matters to me, even on some little level. So
okay, I could thoroughly agree with that.
But, all right, so we're pretty much going to wrap up here. Again, this was more of a test more than anything else. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you haven't fallen asleep. Please like this, share it, whatever medium it's on to share. And, Spreaker, More365, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, everything. MOHR365. Thank you very much, Anthony, for joining me.
Hey, man, thank you.
No problem. You've been on a couple of podcasts before, and I know you'll be on some more shows moving forward. And we'll see what's going on, okay, my friend?
Absolutely, brother. Thank you very much.
All right, everyone, and thank you very much. And, just remember, don't go changing. All right, everybody. Have a good one.
I just can't stop. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. Well, grab the rope.